Hi everybody, today's practice is going to be yoga for anxiety to hopefully give anyone that's got a little bit of an anxious mind at the moment a little bit of respite, a little bit of peace, a little bit of grounding, so hopefully you can feel closer to the best version of yourself. So many of us suffer from those kind of problems, anxious thoughts, worries, or whatever it is, but we'll often feel like we are the only ones that experience that, and oh, it must just be me. But just know that you are not alone, and this practice might not change anything that's causing you to feel anxious at the moment, but it will hopefully allow the person who is dealing with the anxiety or whatever it is that is worrying you at the moment, it's going to give you a little bit of, as I said, a little bit of a respite. So we're going to get started straight away. If you need some height underneath your hips, we're going to start seated. Grab a cushion, a pillow, or if you have got a yoga block, then they are perfect. And we just want to create a seated posture where the knees can descend down away from your hips. We don't want to hold tension around here if we can help it. Some people may need 2 or 3 blocks. That's quite normal. You're quite normal. So we're going to start by just bringing your shoulders up towards your ears. We're going to roll them back and down. We're going to actually just shake the hands out before we even start. If you want to have a good old shake or a twist. And then you're going to bring your body into a space of stillness. We are going to take a nice big breath in through your nose. And we're going to sigh that one away. Just get rid of it. And again, inhaling through the nose. Release. Losing some tension from maybe the jaw or the forehead. And once more. Let it go. And then let the gaze drop down. And allow yourself a moment to just move inwards and acknowledge you. Just notice how you are feeling mentally today. And what we tend to do when we're feeling anxious or uncomfortable is try and move away from those feelings, of course. But what we should do is also accept and acknowledge them, that we are feeling a certain way if we are. So just check in. How do I feel today? How do I feel in my mind? How do I feel in my body? How do I feel in my energy? How do I feel in my emotional state? And when you check in, it's almost like you're doing a self-evaluation, just to gain a broad knowledge of what it is that you are feeling today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but this version of you right now. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of space, just so that you can acknowledge yourself. Be honest with yourself and how you're feeling. And we're going to accept that that's how we feel right now in this moment. Are your thoughts constantly racing from one to another? Do you barely get to finish one before the other is rolling into your mind? Is there space between each thought today? No right or wrong, no judgment over yourself if you feel a particular way. Just accept, okay, it is what it is, but I'm here and I'm showing up for myself. Now I'd like you to watch your breath and just watch it roll in and out. And just start by ensuring that you are breathing in through the nose and out through your nose. And just start to watch that ebb and flow. And then we are going to start to change that slightly. So before we go any further, just ensure that when you are inhaling, your belly is moving outwards on your inhale and drawing in as you exhale. If you notice it's the other way around, just pause here and focus on reversing that breath around. If you imagine you have a balloon in your belly and you want that to fill up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, that balloon empties. And if your body is already doing that, we are going to take it a little bit further. So we're going to inhale nice and slowly through your nose for a count of 4. And we're going to exhale nice and slowly out of your nose for a count of 6. I am going to count the first few with you, and then you can continue on your own for a few moments longer. So take a breath in, fill up the lungs, fill up all that space we have been given, and blow it away, let it go. And now back to only in and out through the nose. When you're ready, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just continue that pattern on your own for the next few rounds. Let your shoulders soften with each exhalation, and let the muscles in your face relax wherever possible. If your mind is still racing, you are normal. Just let it, as long as you are focusing on following that breath. Slowly on the inhale, slow and controlled on the exhale. Now when we're anxious or we've got a lot going on in the mind, it's very common for our breath to speed up, for us to do shallow breathing. So it is very essential for us and our bodies and our minds that we connect to the breath. In doing so, we connect to the nervous system. When we connect to the nervous system, we can send better signals to the body, and the body will feel a little more relaxed if it has awareness over your breath. So even when you're not on the mat and you're out in the real world and you feel those thoughts start to come up, that anxiety come into the chest, or however you experience it, because we're all different, just the first thing to do would be just to connect to your breath. Follow it, watch it. If you can, control it a little more, just like you are doing right now. We're going to do another round, so last one. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply through the nose, filling up the lungs, and exhale nice and slowly back out through the nose. Now just establishing a nice rhythm. We don't need to count it anymore. We're going to just inhale fully and exhale fully through the nose. Take a moment to let that new rhythm sink in, and trying our best to stay mindful of the breath throughout our practice together. Inhale and exhale. Few more, and then we're going to start to add some movement. On an inhale, we're going to slowly just start to reach those arms up above us, lifting the chest forward and up and enjoying a nice big stretch, bringing the gaze between the two palms. As we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, bend the elbows, bringing the elbows to shoulder height, create a bit of space across your chest. As we inhale, almost lean back, elbows hugging behind you. As we exhale, we're going to bring the palms together. We'll link the fingers, push the palms away, rolling the chin in towards the chest and rounding the spine like we would do for our cat pose. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chin, lift the chest, lengthen the spine and press those palms up towards the ceiling now, or the sky if you're outside. Inhale, on the exhale, gently bend to your right. And you're going to breathe into that open side of the body. Keep the chin off of the chest, keep the heart lifted. And inhale, back up we come. Exhale, taking that bend over to the opposite side. Breathing into your open side of the body. Inhale, up we come. As we exhale, cactus those arms again. And then bringing the palms back into that heart center. Link the fingers, push the palms away, rounding the spine like we do our cat, chin to chest, arms long, palms pressing out. Inhale, up we come. On the exhale now, we're going to go back to that cactus arms. And the reason we are doing this is because anything that opens the chest tends to make us feel like we can breathe a little easier. I don't know about anyone else, but when I feel anxious, I find it harder to breathe. So I want to create space so that I can breathe fully and effectively. As we breathe out, we're going to bring the palms and the forearms and your elbows together. Elbows are roughly at the same height as your shoulder. You might find they'll need to drop to meet. That's fine. Press those elbows in, palms in, forearms in. Inhale, take a nice big chest stretch, open. Exhale, drawing in towards the middle, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows. Inhale, open again. Exhale, back in. Inhale, chest opens. We're going to turn this into a twist now. So as you exhale, take your right hand to your left knee. Your left hand is going to reach behind you. On your in-breath, we're going to sit nice and tall. On the out breath, we're going to twist from your belly button, taking the gaze over that back shoulder, being sure that we feel the twist in the torso and the waist. Each inhale, breathe deeply into your belly. And each exhale, we're going to twist a little bit deeper from the navel, taking the gaze further behind if there's room to do so. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, 1. Exhale for that twist. Let the back shoulder relax, really lifting up to that left side of your chest. Next in breath, reach up tall, side body long. On the exhale, moving that twist straight over to the opposite side, doing the exact same here, deepening twist from the navel. We're going to sit tall in the spine, crown of the head lifting towards the sky. Inhale, let that right side of the chest lift up. On the exhale, maybe deepening that twist. Stay in for 2 more. 1. And 2. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to take the legs out. We're going to stay perched on your prop if you have one. We're going to bring the feet together, knees wide. We're going to come into what we call Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose, it's also known. And I want you to take your feet a little bit further away. Sometimes we'll bring the heels quite close in because we want that deep groin stretch. Not today. Feet together, knees open. And we're going to bring the hands to the knees or the shins. Nice inhale to lift through the spine. As we exhale, we're going to bring that chest forward towards your feet, keeping the spine relatively long And you should feel a bit more of a stretch in your lower back here, maybe more so than the groin if you're used to having those heels a little bit closer in. Inhale, lift and lengthen, taking that lovely breath into the belly. And as you exhale, just gently let your body melt. You can go further and further, just be mindful of yourself. I like to keep a longer spine here, but if you wanted to go a little bit passive and you wanted to melt the chin forward, let the head drop a little, feel free to do that as long as it feels good in your body. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Inhale into the belly. Exhale that breath all the way. And again. One more. Use your breath to help guide you in the pose. So when that exhale comes, that's a nice little opportunity to maybe go a little bit further into your pose. As you inhale, we're going to lift up. We're going to fold these knees in. Again, you can stay perched on your brick. We're going to take your left leg out nice and long. We're going to have the right knee bent and your right foot on the inside of your left leg. You can go to the outside, but just for today's purpose, we are going to stay here. If you want to, take your foot further away from you because you don't want to pull it in here and feel tight and tense. We're trying to get rid of some of that tension. So we're going to move it away so we have space that we can sit up without feeling the urge to grab on for dear life. Left heel is pressing away. Inhale, reaching up to that left side, chest lifting. On the exhale, twisting from your navel. Then we can bring the elbow or the hand to the outside of that right thigh, right hand coming behind you. On the in-breath, chest lifts, spine is long. On the out-breath, we rotate to see if there's any more room to twist. If there isn't, we stay. We don't force anything. Work with your breath, the inhaling and ridding all of that breath on the exhale. If you have thoughts that are occurring now that you're not loving, why not visualize you drawing an energetic breath in, and when you breathe out, ridding some of those thoughts, surrendering to them, just let them go. And the more we feed them, the more they are going to stay. If you really can't avoid them, just keep returning back to your breath every time. They'll get bored eventually. Then we're going to untwist and we're going to take this right knee out to the side, right foot towards the inner leg, left heel away. If there's any discomfort on this knee, you can roll the blanket up, you can support the outside edge of that thigh. We're going to inhale, come up with the arms, side body long. On the exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine as we just fold over this right leg. We're not going to stay just yet. We're going to roll ourselves up a little bit like we would do our ragdoll. Inhale, coming up tall. Exhale, rolling forwards. Rolling that spine. And then on this one, we are going to stay. Nice big breath in. Exhale as we find that fold. We don't have to reach for the feet either. We could have the hands pressing in the mat either side of the shins, heel pressing away, chest leading towards that foot. And you can still gain that stretch to the back of the leg without having the hands to the feet. 3, 2, and 1. On your inhale, coming back up, we're going to switch sides. We're going to take that right leg out nice and long. We're going to bend the left knee. We're going to hug the chest forward and up, right leg long, right heel pressing away from you. On your inhale, extend through that right side. On the exhale, twisting from the belly, bringing the elbow or the hand to the outside of that left thigh. Left hand behind you. Left side of the chest is lifting. Chin is not stuck to the chest. Crown of the head is lifted. Right heel still working, and we're also not allowing this left knee to be pushed to the middle with the elbow. If you notice that, just resist back with the knee And again, we can take gaze over that back shoulder if we like. Stay in here. Inhale, grow taller through the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And again. Last breath here. And then slowly unwinding, taking that left knee out wide, foot to that inner right leg. It doesn't have to be inner thigh like mine is, it could be further down the leg. Inhale, up we come. On the exhale, folding forwards over that right leg. Keep that right heel working, slowly rolling the spine up. Just be a little bit more fluid with it. Don't overthink it, just rolling, kind of like the waves rolling in and out. And inhale, come up. Exhale, finding our fold. Same again, you can bring the hands either side of the shins. You can find the feet by all means. Shoulders back, heart leads the pose. Breathe into the back of that right leg. Notice the sensations that are occurring in your body. What sensations can you notice on the back of that right leg? Last one. And then inhale, up we come. Then we're going to move any props out from underneath us. Just pop those to the side. And we're going to bring the legs around. We're going to come onto all fours. So we're going to start in our tabletop position. Naturally, we have a curve to the spine, but think fairly neutral to begin. On your inhale, we're going to come into our cat. We're going to let the tailbone lift, navel drop, pressing that heart forward, shoulders hugging back. As we exhale, tailbone long, navel drawing into spine, chin to chest, press that mat away from you. And then just roll in and out at the pace of your breath. Inhale, opening into your cow. Exhale, tucking under, rounding into your cat. Just ensuring we're syncing breath to movement. That really is the key. Three, two, taking that last round, and then we're going to come back to that neutral spine. We're going to walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under, start to float the knees, sending the hips back and up, spine long, and then maybe working into the backs of those legs for a breath or two, just ironing out any little nooks and crannies. No right or wrong. I like to have a bit of a wiggle. You take what you need. Feel your way into your body. Observe those sensations. See how many different sensations you can become aware of. Because when the mind is focusing on those sensations, it's not fixating on whatever it is that we've decided to allow the mind to fixate on or for us to worry about. Bringing your awareness to your physical body is a really lovely way to come out of your head, which is why in yoga a lot of the time we say, feel the sensations, listen to them, because there really is a method to our madness. So from here, we're going to start on this right side. We're going to inhale, take the right leg up. Bend the right knee, lifting the right knee nice and high, right heel towards your left sit bone, getting a nice stretch in the front of that right hip. As we exhale, we're going to step the right foot wide of your right hand, bringing that left knee to the mat. We're going to inhale, lift the chest forward and up. As we exhale, we're going to pull that right hip back and just allow the chest to melt towards your mat. Go with your flow. Inhale, lifting the chest, pressing into that foot, shoulders back, heart forwards. Exhaling as we draw back. And again. Moving your way into your body. How does that right hip feel? And once more, and we're going to come back into that bent front leg. We're going to press the left hand to the mat, or you can use your brick here to support underneath that hand. As we inhale, we're going to open up that right arm, right shoulder, chest is nice and broad. As we exhale, either bring the right hand to the mat, or you could bring the forearm down, which is going to feel a little bit deeper in those hips. Inhale, open up that chest. Exhale, back down to the mat we go. And again, inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open and pause. Option to stay here with that chest lifting, shining forwards, or an option to bend the left knee and reach back to find the foot. You have a couple of options. If the foot is here, we can pull it towards us to get a really juicy quad stretch. However, for today's purpose, we want to soften those thoughts, so we want to create a bit of space across the chest. So if you have the foot today, press the foot into the hand, peeling that shoulder back, create space for your chest. Another 2 breaths wherever you are, guys, either here or here. On that second exhale, we're going to sweep the right hand back to the mat. We're going to lift the left knee and we're going to step that right foot back to your plank. We're going to take a chaturanga, so we could pop to the knees or we can stay off of them. As we exhale, slowly lowering the body down to the mat. Untuck the toes, press them into the mat, peel the chest up into a little cobra, keeping it nice and low. As we exhale, chest drops back down to the mat. Twice more, inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, heart melts. Inhale, back up we go. This time tucking the toes, hips high, back into our downward facing dog. Let's take a lovely energizing breath in here. Fill up the belly. Let's just sigh that one away. Get rid of some of those thoughts that are doing their best to distract us. Inhale, let's lift that left leg, long leg first. Then we'll bend into that left knee, bringing the heel towards your butt. On the exhale, left foot steps wide of your left hand. If it comes halfway up the mat, grab that ankle and pull it forwards. Right knee to the mat now. On the inhale, chest comes forward and up, shoulders back. On the exhale, that left hip slides back. Stay pressing into the left foot. So the left leg doesn't need to be straight. As you can see, I've still got a bend in mine and I'm still feeling that through the back of the leg. Then move between the two. Inhale, lift, heart opens. Exhale, dropping back. Now being mindful of any sensations in this left side, how they differ, how they're similar to the other side. All these little things that you can pay attention to in your practice to stop that mind from wandering where it's not needed. Once more. Chest forward and up, pressing into your right hand or your brick if that is easier for you. Inhale, open up that left arm, left shoulder, sweeping it behind you, twisting from that waist. As we exhale, hand or forearm towards the mat on the inside of that left foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, back down. Once again, inhale, open. Either holding here, nice open chest, or reaching back, bending the right knee to find that right foot. So you've got the same options as before. Wherever you are, just be mindful that we're not dumping into this right shoulder, that the right side of the neck has space as well. Stay for one more. And on that exhale, that left hand is going to come down to the inside of your left foot. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, step it back to your plank. An option, chaturanga, into cobra again, and I want to keep them cobras, as many as possible. Or you could lift straight into your down dog. That's where we're going now anyway. From here, we're going to look to the front of your mat. Walk, step, jump, float to the front. As you arrive, press into the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, tuck back to fold, bending in the knees if we need to, chest and belly towards the thighs, spine long. Press into the feet. Inhale, up we rise. Nice tall standing position. As we exhale, bending the elbows, cactus arms. Bringing that space back to the front of the chest. Sweep the hands behind you, link the fingers together. On the out breath, we're going to bring the chest forward towards the thighs, allowing those arms to lift up and over. Keep the hands pulling up so the shoulders aren't dumping down, they're working. 3, 2, bend the knees, inhale, sweep those arms forward and up into your chair pose. We're going to press into our right foot, we're going to let this left knee lift. Take a giant step back into your high lunge. Nice big breath as you root down, rising up through the body. As we exhale, we're going to drop that chest towards your right thigh. Sweep the arms up and behind. Inhale, come in all the way up. We're going to drop that left heel. Reach the arms into our warrior one. From our warrior one, straight into our reverse. Left arm coming behind you. Right arm stays tall. Right side body opens. Can we go a little bit deeper into that front leg if there's space? Inhale. Staying on the exhale. One more round. Then we're going to bring your right forearm to your thigh for your extended side angle. You can drop the hand to the mat if you would prefer. Left side body long. Lift the chest, long tailbone, press the head back. And then we're going to circle this left hand to the mat. Our left heel is going to lift and our right side is going to twist. Very similar to what we did a moment ago, except we were on that left knee. Right hand frames the foot. Giant step to the front of your mat. Inhale, up we come. Nice tall standing pose. As we exhale, cactus the arms again. Chest forward, heart open. Leave the hands now, bring them straight back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tuck to fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweeping those arms into your chair. Press into your left foot. Right foot is going to float. Giant step back, embrace the wobbles. Long body. A little bit of lengthening in the tailbone, and as we exhale, heart melts towards that left thigh, arms sweeping up and behind. Inhale, bringing those arms up. Turn that right heel in and ground, shifting the gaze towards the thumbs, warrior one. Right arm releasing behind you. Nice lift in the chest. Holding that reverse, right glute is on. You can go a little bit deeper if there's room. Never force it though. As you breathe out, forearm to thigh or hand to mat option. Right side body long in our extended side angle. Lift the chest. Again, long tailbone. Pressing into the feet, inner thighs drawing in. Circle that right hand to the mat. Right heel unplugs, left side opens into our lovely twist, gazing up towards that thumb. Exhale, left hand to the foot. Step it back this time. Chaturanga. These are always optional. I'm going to stick with these cobras. If you're itching for an upward dog, feel free to add one. And then take the knees wide, toes together into your child's pose. Stay pressing into the palms quite firmly. Nice big breath right between the shoulder blades. Exhale, let it go. Then we're going to press into the hands. Start to round the spine as we lift to all fours, so you come straight into that cat pose. As we exhale, hips are going to drop to the mat. Heart forward, shoulders back. There's that upward facing dog. Thighs up or down, you choose. I'm being lazy, mine is staying down. As long as the shoulders are not creeping up, we're all good. Tuck the toes and lift the hips back into that downward facing dog. Nice big breath in, fill up the lungs and get rid of it. Even wriggle the muscles around your face if that helps you release tension. Then we're going to pop these knees down onto the mat. Hips are going to stay over the knees. And we're going to walk the arms out so they're nice and long in our puppy. Usually we could relax down in our puppy, and you still can. But if it feels okay, we're going to keep the head up. We're going to press into the fingertips, palms raised. Nice big breath into those ribs. As we exhale, the front of the chest is going to melt down towards your mat. Stay in for 3, 1. 2, and 3. When you're ready, we're going to let the hands slide back. We're going to cross the ankles over or swing the legs around, whichever is easiest for you. And we're going to take those legs back out. You're going to start to make your way down onto your mat. And once you are down, we're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. If you can possibly do it, say something nice to yourself while you are here. Your brain can come up with all those other little thoughts. Your brain can start to speak nicely to you. We just have to give it a little bit of help. So start, I don't know, I really like my left little finger. Whatever it is, just find one little thing that you can say nice about yourself. Then the head and shoulders are going to come back to the mat. Soles of the feet are going to ground with the feet hip distance apart. Arms pressing into the mat to the side of you. Start to engage your glutes here as you peel the spine. Slowly, vertebrae at a time, coming up into your bridge. As we exhale, slowly rolling down that spine. Tailbone coming down last. Adding the arms now as well if you would like to. Inhale, hips lift. Arms raising, coming over the back of the head. Staying grounded into all of those toes. As we exhale, roll it back down again. And again, inhale, take it up. Really press up through the navel, through your chest. A little bit of length in the neck if you could do with it. As you exhale, roll it back down. As you roll back down, you could go once more. Or you can allow your knees to open, feet together, and you're in your Baddha Konasana or Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly. So we're going to let those hips roll out. If you want to support the outside edge of your thighs with bricks, blankets, feel free to. One hand to the chest, one hand to your belly. I want you to inhale into both of those hands. Rising of the chest, ribs and the belly. And slowly exhaling that breath all the way out. And just for the next few moments, focus solely on your breath coming and going. When the body becomes still, the mind sometimes gets a little bit more movement in it. So notice whether your mind is now starting to throw those random thoughts at you again. And we're going to do a little test if you like. So I'm going to time you for about 45 seconds. And as you're breathing, acknowledge and count just how many thoughts you have in that time. Don't try and stop them, just allow them space to show up. So just noticing that mind starting now. And how many thoughts did you have in that very short period of time? Whenever you experience bouts of anxiety or intrusive thoughts or anything where you feel like you can't get a hold of your mind, remind yourself, is this thought true? Every day you have about 60,000+ thoughts racing through your mind, and that is a lot. What we need to do is to distinguish, Is this thought worth my time and energy and effort? Is it not? And it's tiring in the beginning, but so is anxiety, so pick your tired. So when a thought arises, let it, acknowledge it. If it requires your energy and attention, okay, we'll deal with that. If no, okay, that's not actually truthful, I don't really know why I'm having that thought, off you go, thought, I'm going to return back to my breath. And every time we do that with those unwanted thoughts, they will become lesser and lesser, because we are retraining our brain and our mind with different neurological pathways. Every time we don't take on that thought as gospel, we acknowledge it, accept it, place it in its box, move on. The moving on part is back to your breath, because unfortunately just move on is not that easy. But by doing little practices like this, we can start to notice, acknowledge, and through that we can improve. It's not, oh, I'm going to do one yoga practice and my anxiety will be gone. It would be lovely if it was that easy. But these are all little tools that we can take to bring into real life. So now we know we are not all of our thoughts, because we can't be 60 plus thousand things in a day anyway. Lots of them might be true, but I can guarantee all of them are not. As you inhale now, slowly bring your knees in and pull your knees to the chest. If you wish, round your nose in towards your knees, giving yourself another big bear hug. Thanking yourself for showing up for your practice. Thanking your body for moving. And thanking yourself for acknowledging whether you have lots of unwanted thoughts going around in your brain. If you have awareness, and through the awareness, we can change these things. Inhale, take a nice big breath out. Full body stretch from the toes all the way up to the fingertips. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. And then we're going to simply take those legs out nice and wide. Arms are going to come up towards the ceiling. Palms are going to face upwards, shoulders down away from your ears. Close the eyes. This is usually a part where that mind will start to go crazy. Okay, it is what it is. Closing the eyes, bringing your attention to your body. If your thoughts come, acknowledge, let them go. But for now, I would like you to focus all of your awareness to your toes. Notice the soles of your feet. Notice the tops of your feet. Notice your ankles. Your shins. Your calves. Your knees. Your thigh muscles, front and back. Notice your hips. Notice your glutes. Your stomach. Your lower back. Your mid back. Your upper back. Your chest. Your shoulders, let them melt to the mat. Notice the tops of your arms, your inner and outer elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, bring your attention to all the muscles in your face. Let the jaw relax, your tongue, your teeth, your cheeks, your eyebrows, your temples, and then noticing the center of your forehead. Notice your entire body and breathe into your entire body. As you exhale the breath away, allow your hands, your feet, fingers and toes to gently move. Lick the lips, swallow, releasing any tension from the jaw. And then feel free to move, to stretch, to yawn, to sigh, to take anything you need. But when you are ready, you are going to slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. Either pausing here for a moment longer or rolling yourself over to one side. And then when you're ready, take a breath in and use the out breath to either rock up from your back or to press up from that side. Keep the eyes closed, back to that starting position, nice tall spine. Palms in together, the heart space, and just reminding yourself here that you are not all of your thoughts. And although it might seem like a lot of the time those thoughts are consuming us, controlling us, we actually do have the power to turn them around, to redirect them elsewhere. So every time that thought comes and you notice it, acknowledge it. Either accept it or ask it very kindly to move on as you return your awareness to your breath. Take a nice inhale, sit tall through the spine. As you exhale, if you wish, you may want to bow your chin in towards your heart space so we can close our practice here. As always, thank you for sharing your practice with me.